patient. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
How's it guys, traders from Ostrich here. Back with the next video. In this video I am going to be doing a modification on the rear of the ship. This piece over here. Apparently this isn't correct. This over here must go, and most of the stuff over here on this bottom piece must go, get removed. Try to look for pictures of this, but I can't find very nice pictures. What I have seen looks like the bloke that's done this model, he's taken it out of a book on the Enterprise, so I trust that what he has done is pretty accurate. Exactly how accurate I can't see for myself, but I've decided I'm going to follow what he's done and I'm going to modify it. This looks nice, but the way he's done it, it looks nicer. So what I have to do first, I'll show you what I'm getting, what's on the computer screen. I'll show you what it looks like, what I'm going for. But I've got to remove this part here and sand all of this smooth, and then apply a new piece over here. And the same with this, I've got to take all this stuff off here and then apply a new piece with a bit of a dent there. But you'll understand what I'm getting at when we get over to the bench and actually start the work. So I'll be back now. Oh yeah, don't do anything naughty. Deadpool is watching you. Be back now. Okay guys, that's basically what I'm going for. I'm just videotaping this directly off the screen. Now the link where I gave you for this bloke's build, if you go to his build you'll be able to take a look at these photos from him. I think this is on part 4 where you can see this. So that's what I have to do. I'll be back now. Okay guys, this is the first piece I have to modify. Firstly, I have to remove this part here and then sand all of this nice and smooth. All these lines and doors and everything must go. So that's the first part, is taking a saw and cutting that off. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing here. Very carefully get this nicely against that edge and start cutting. This is not easy to do, especially at the angle I'm at. Wow, this is pretty tough. Of course, once you start with this type of thing, there's no turning back, no deciding, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Once it's cut, it's cut. It's just just about all the way to the bottom. Now the advantage is, even if I do scar this, I'm going to sand it and I'm going to put another piece of plastic over, so it's not too serious about damaging that part a little bit. The less damage, of course, I make to it, the better. Now I've just got to cut this piece off. Now I don't know why the people who made this kit made this part like this. Maybe the Enterprise in the earlier days was different and they've changed it. I'm not sure why there's a difference, but there is. So to say, I'm going according to what this bloke has done. If anybody knows why the back of the ship is different from the model, I would like to know. You can just tell me why in the comments, if anybody knows. Oh, oops, there I go, blow the thing off the table. That doesn't help. Okay, well, there we go. Get this in shot. There we go. That part is now removed. Don't know what this little, let me get it right. Don't know what this little gadget's supposed to be. Looks almost like little post boxes, but I seriously doubt they'll put the post office outside at the back of the ship. I'm not sure what that gadget is, but it's now gone. Now it's a matter of sanding all of that nice and smooth and getting that done. What you can do to make a sanding stick is take a small piece of wood, take a piece of sandpaper, put some super glue on the wood, put that onto the sandpaper before it dries. When it's dry, you cut the sandpaper to the sides of the piece of stick which you used. You can use like an ice cream stick or something like that, and then once you've got it done, you can put it down and you can sand it nicely and it will be nice and flat. Instead of buying a sanding stick, you can actually make them yourself. I've done that lots of times with my wood model ships which I've built. So that's it for now. It's now just a matter of sanding this. Once that's done, I've got to do the same to this part. Once that's done, I think I can mark off the line where this glues into, so I can glue this piece on here without going too far back. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So I'll just make a pencil mark there so I can put this piece on here with this piece that sticks out, so I can glue the stuff into position. And then once that's all done, now I can glue it onto the ship and I can get to the next part. So I'm going to do the sanding and stuff, get this all done, and when I'm ready to start doing the next part, I'll be back. For me it'll most probably be, who knows how long, an hour, 2 hours. For you it'll be milliseconds. So be back now. Okay guys, for the next part I'm making the door. These two parts go together like that to make up the door, and these little gadgets on position. Those little gadgets all go on as brackets. So first thing we got to do is take these brackets and glue them onto there. Drop some glue down. That's number one. Do the bottom. Okay, that's two down. Two to go on that door. There we go guys. Now I'm still just going to do that one. Once that's done, it'll be going on to this piece over here. Let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. It'll be going on to this part here, which has been modified from the original. I've cut this piece out and glued it in place, and this piece out here. Glued this piece in place. Yeah, I've still got to trim it. That's why it's so big. Just got to still trim it down to size. That piece over there, I've still got to. Once I've got it mounted on the back, I'm going to glue some more on and reshape it. But that's how far I'm with this part so far. I'm busy with the doors, which go on over here. So I'm gonna quickly continue with the next door off video. When I come back, the doors will be done and ready to glue in place. Be back now. Okay guys, next piece, I have to take this and make parts for the bottom. Now I don't have the money to buy the decal parts. I can't think of the names now, but photo etch parts. So I've got parts of this left from my Bismarck, which I bought through a place called CNA. You could buy the issues from week to week, so I'm using these parts. I'm going to take this and modify these parts to go onto the bottom here, so I can make the parts for that without actually having to go out and buy it. So I've got these spare parts left, so I'm going to take this piece over wrong place. I'm going to take this piece over, a little bit difficult to get into shot, this piece over here, and I'm going to make it, modify it so it can fit on the bottom. So of course first thing is cut it loose. Okay, so there we go. That's the first part. Second part is I have to sand these little edges down and then work out exactly where it has to go and then cut it to length. Once that's all done, then I can glue it into place with some super glue. I think in America they call it CA glue. But that must then go onto there like that. So I'm going to now quickly sand it. When I come back, I'll be gluing it into place. Be back now. Okay guys, here's the part. I now have to glue this metal railing to the bottom there. Some tweezers. Apply some super glue. Apply the part. Just get a little bit more super glue. Well, there we go guys, as you can see. Some nice photo edge parts, even though it doesn't belong to this particular model. Put that there. Now I've just got to do similar on the other side. When I'm done with this, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I've also got, there I go, drop it, very clever. I've also got railings I've got to put on the top. So once I've done all of that, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Be back now. How's it guys? I'm back again. I got a little carried away with the work on this section. It's almost ready to go in. As you can see, I've got the railings and everything in place. I ran out of doors, so I just took some metal, some copper stripping and made my own doors. Now this piece has got to go to the back of the ship, and I'll show you putting that in and getting all that stuff done, and then putting all some of the other parts on the ship and getting that all done, and then it'll be down to painting. So when I get back, I'll be putting this part plus another piece in place and getting it all glued and done. Be back now. Okay guys, next, as I said, I've got to glue the part into here. What I did was I cut a groove out here for this piece to go into. Once it's all glued in place, there's a small groove here which I'm not going to use, which I just have to fill. So that's got to slide into place there and get glued in. A little piece just bent. Then I've just got to put in this piece over here and glue that in and start working on the exterior there later. So that part's going to be glued in now. So what I'm going to do first is just put the glue on the edge here. Drop that into place, move that in, down, and there we go. That's now in place. Now I must just wait for the glue to dry, then I'll be back now with the next part. Be back now. Okay guys, I've now got the rest of it glued. What I did was take my glue and put it in there, a little bit up on each edge and at the back, so that can now dry. The next part I've got to do is this funny little gadget. It is basically the bulkhead that goes at the back of the ship. I've now got to take this and put it in there and there, like that, and glue that in place like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, because the rest of the stuff comes onto the back of this. So let's see, you glue down there, along there, and the same on this side, over there, and along there. Now put this in place. There we go, like that. Okay, there it is basically in place. Now I've just got to let the glue dry while I'm holding it in place like this. I just want the glue to dry and take hold. Then what I will do is also I'm going to take some more glue and just put it at the back ends, just to give it extra strength. So that's in place now. I've just got to let this dry, so I'll be back now, and then I'll most probably be taking a look at what I have to do here and show you what I'm doing. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm back with the first two prop shafts. I still got to let this other part dry properly and sand it, so I decided not to continue there yet. It's taking a little bit longer than I expected, so I'm going to start doing the props. What I do first is I put this piece on first. I glue that, and then I can just take this part with glue and glue it in place, and I know at least where I've got to put my drop of glue for that part, and then glue it into place like that. So I'll show you what I mean now. start off with that one. Put my glue on here. Try to get out of the way. And first one in position. Put its corresponding one there. Remove this one and repeat. Sorry if I get my hands in the way. Now this one just doesn't want to go in properly. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now I can come back with this one. I need a bit of glue. There, and on the tips of the connectors, those little edge pins, I need to put some glue onto those edge pins with the longest piece on the inside, and there we go. Now they seem to be a little bit out of shape, or these are a little bit shorter than the angle supposed to be over there, so that's why I'm just holding it in. So that's basically what I'm going to do to that one as well. When you come back, these other two will be done, and I'll be putting in the two shafts. So I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've got all four of the propeller shafts in place, and I've got the rudders in place, all four of them. What I didn't realize was these side rudders, you actually have to drill your own holes to mount them, which is a bit of a pain, but I've got them mounted now. So the bottom of the ship for now is almost basically done. The only things that still have to be fitted, but I want to fit them so I can paint them separate, is, if I can find them, oh there we go, is the four props. And to me these look like they're about 10 stories high compared to a 1 to 350 scale human being. So these were very big props. So that part of the ship is now done. I've got this all done. The rest of it is all above the waterline, as far as I can see below the waterline. There's nothing else I need to do. So let me just zoom out here, wrong direction, and turn the ship over. Okay, zoom back in a bit, and hopefully my battery's about to die, so I'm not going to do too much more. And this section over here, which I've glued, I've just got to try sort this still out. I don't know why she doesn't want to focus nicely. Oh, there we go. This over here, I've just got to still sort that out. I've just got to flat iron that all nice and flat and get that all even. Once all this is all done here and it's all nice and smooth, then I can start doing the rest. There's a piece that's got to go here, this piece has got to be filled over there, So that's what I've done so far. Next, I've still got all of these pieces on the outside of the ship to do, but that's for later. So that's what I've done so far. I'll be back now. Okay guys, that's everything for this video. In the next video I'm going to be doing some of the sides of the ship, the little gadgets that go on by the openings for the hangars and stuff like that. So until I get to that, which will be the next issue, live long and prosperous, and happy modeling. Subscribe, please. Leave a little comment. It doesn't have to be anything, just say what you think about the model, tip, anything which will make model building easier for me. So thanks for watching guys. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I've still got a lot of work to do on it, but she's almost there. Thanks for watching. Cheers.